Hi folks, this is my list of 11 tips and tricks for Windows 7. Most of them I guess will work on Windows 8 or Windows 10 as well. All of the freeware, all of the software I demonstrate is freeware, and most of it is also portable. I hope you find at least one or two things that you didn't know that you find really useful. Cheers. This is a neat trick. I'm going to show you how to create a log file right here on your desktop. This is what I call my machine log, and I've been keeping it for about 3 years. Every time I change something on my system, particularly if it's something complicated like a registry hack, or if I install or uninstall software, or maybe I'm comparing lots of different softwares, and I want to remember what my conclusions were, it all goes on here. And the beauty of a log file is that it automatically writes the time and the date. Okay, so new entry, and now when I close it and save, there we go. Simple as that. It's really beautiful. I use it as my machine log, but I guess you could use it at work for some kind of ongoing dispute, for example, with a client, where you want to keep an up-to-date record of exactly what was said and exactly when it was said. I'm going to show you how to create it. Okay, create a new text document. Okay, I should say this only works with Windows Notepad. It doesn't work with Notepad++ or Notepad 2 or any of those alternatives. Now, it does work as a text document, but personally I have TXT to open automatically with Notepad++. So what I do is I rename them .log, and then I've got .log files to automatically open with Notepad. Okay, let's call this Gropey Boss. Let's imagine I'm keeping a sexual harassment log at work. Okay, the way to start it is .log, and that is what does the magic. Okay, so let's save that and close it. And now every time I open this log document in the future, there we go, I've got a date. Okay, happened again. And there we go. So it's really, really quick to open and close, and that's the beauty of it. And that's it. This is a tip for your task manager. Start Task Manager here. A lot of people like third-party programs like Process Manager or System Hacker or whatever. Personally, I really like the native one, but there's one very annoying thing about it. Remember, you turn it on when normally when something's wrong, there's clearly very high CPU usage and everything's dragging, even the mouse is dragging. And you want to know what's going on quite quickly, and so you click here, Start Task Manager, and then you can only see processes for this user, that's me, John. Okay, but what you want to see is here, Show Processes from all users. You want to see all of the system usage as well, and you're looking up here, what's in high CPU. And the annoying thing is, I want it to be like this all the time, Show Processes from all users. But if I close it and then restart it, it's already forgotten, you see. And by the time I've done those 3 clicks, when my system's already under pressure, often I'm missing what I really want to see. So what I've done is, well, there are two ways. One way you can fix this problem is you can set user account control to never notify. And then it will always treat you as though you were an administrator. I'm going to assume that you don't want to do that. And here's a little hack that allows it to always start, here from the taskbar, on Show Processes from all users. Let me just show you how I did that. Okay, go to the Start menu and Task Manager and create a shortcut. So send to Desktop, create shortcut, click on that. Here's one I prepared earlier. And then this is the clever bit. Here on Properties, Shortcut, Advanced, I'm going to click here, Run as Administrator. Okay. Click OK. What that means is that when I start from here, it will always show processes from all users because it's treating me as an administrator. And what I've done with this is I've dragged it here to the taskbar where it lives all the time, and it will start on one click. And this means that whatever's happening on the main screens, however many programs I've got running, I can always just click here and see what's causing the blockage. Another thing that really helps is this little app down here. Whoops. This is called Compact CPU Meter, and it's a very, very small, handy app. It's from somebody called dennisbabkin.com. I'll give you the link. And I've got the settings here, show CPU in the notification area, and I've clicked here, auto start this program. Okay, so it will run on startup because startup is really the time when you really want to see what is using all the energy. Normally it's 100% for the first 40 seconds or so, and that's normally because my antivirus is updating, and then it shrinks back to 0, 2. But if something else is going on, I want to be able to see it, and this way I can see on just one click. Here's a quick tip. I'm going to show you how to add an entry to your Send To menu. It's right here on the right-click context menu. I find the entries you really want to add are one for Notepad for just assorted text files, maybe which don't have extensions or have unusual file extensions, and ditto a media file, a media player like VLC. Often incomplete downloads, you can play them if you want. Peculiar things like this is my Camtasia stuff. I can open these with a media file if I want to. Okay, and so how do I add? Well, it's very easy. Let's say I want to add VLC. Okay, I'm going to create a shortcut. So send to desktop. Okay, that's sitting right up there waiting for me. And now what I'm going to do is go to Windows Explorer, type shell :send to, and that brings you to this file. And here we go. I can just drag my shortcut right here into this context menu. Okay, actually I'm going to delete that one, which is what I just did. Okay, and so there they are. Really easy to add. That's all. Here's a useful thing. It's a tiny portable app called Always On Top Maker. Okay, most programs you can set them to run always on top if you want to, but not every program has that facility. And it's interesting that one program which doesn't is Notepad, which is very annoying because sometimes I want to keep this screen, give this program priority because I'm in the middle of writing, and I don't want it to change when other things change. Another thing is Chrome, and this is handy because sometimes I want to watch the tennis in the corner of the screen when everything else is changing, and I open up a separate window for the iPlayer page so that my regular Chrome can behave as normal and this one will always stay on top. Okay, how do I do it? Well, download the program. It's called Always On Top Maker, and it's found here, FAD Software. create a shortcut to your desktop, and that's how you will run it. There is no graphical user interface, so you just have to double click, and to know it's working, you have to use Task Maker. But you know it's working anyway. Okay, and to make it work, here's Notepad. Click on the frame, Control Alt T. Okay, and with Chrome, click on the frame, Control Alt T. Okay, if I want to undo that, again, click on the frame, Control Alt T. Just prove. Yep, you see Chrome has priority. The Notepad now doesn't, because I just took the priority away. Okay, it's kind of useful. There used to be a few apps that did this, Wintop and others, and now only one of them works, and it's this one. What I do is I put the instructions, the hotkey I need to remind myself, so I've got Control Alt T right there in the shortcut. It works a treat. And when you want to kill the program, Control Alt Q will turn it off. So see there, yeah, no longer running. That's it. Near the end now. I just want to show you this. This is a tiny portable program which kills the screen. And if you can't turn off your monitor and you don't have a key to turn off your monitor, as I don't, it's really, really handy. What I do is I just drag it down here into the taskbar, and then it's just one click. Okay, so the screen goes black in one click, and just wake it up as you normally would. Okay, why would I use this? Well, I use it when I'm using my computer as a radio at night, and every time I change the volume or change the program, I don't want to wait 5 minutes for my screen to close down, and I don't really want to change my power options, so I just like this one-click option, and I delete it in the morning. If you want it, that's where you can find it, or you can just Google monoff, download, unzip, there it is, that's it. Okay, one last little thing. This little thing, DesktopOK, it's a little lifesaver. What it does is it saves my desktop. Now this might look really cluttered to you, but actually I know where to find absolutely everything, and I really like that. So I like it to stay the way it is. What tends to happen is when you're messing around, for example like that, you can accidentally make a mess when you're messing around with magnifiers, or you just want to clean everything away into a folder like I just did in order to make a video. And now I just want to get it back to the way it was. And so fortunately I saved it today before I started playing around. And as long as all of the items are exactly the same, or at least very similar, they will go back in the right place. I don't obviously save it every day, I maybe save it every 3 months, but it will get most things back in mostly the right order. I also keep a screenshot of my desktop as well, right there on my desktop. That's called DesktopOK, and the link will be in the notes. And finally, I'm still using Windows 7. I know most people now have upgraded to Windows 10. I'm staying behind because there are lots of things I don't like about Windows 10 and I don't want. And I have to say, this operating system is 100% fit for purpose. And that's why I'm staying. However, there are a couple of things it doesn't do well. And that's why I want to spend the last 3 minutes on 4 apps that I feel complete the operating system. Okay, this is Ccleaner. Windows 7 doesn't have a great disk cleaner. This is the one I use at the end of every day. After I turn my browser off, it clears the Chrome cache and cookies and all of the other temp files and all of that stuff. I use it every night. It's also terrific for managing What runs on startup, that's something you want to keep an eye on. As little as possible is good advice. I can also delete restore points, that's very useful. And I use it as my main cookie manager. So these will be deleted and these I keep all the time. And that's it. Another thing that sucks with Windows 7 is the search tool. Generally, Windows Explorer is not a great way to search your computer and find a file if you don't know where it is. That's why I use this app, Everything. It's a superb search tool. I'm looking for an audio file which has Nigeria in the title. I only need part of the title, and there it is. I've found it. If I'm let's imagine I want to run an executable from the command line. There we go, I've copied the full name, so I can just paste that into the command line. That's very useful. It's also my first line of defense against malware, because I can click here on date created and I can see the most recent executables that have come onto my computer. So if I think I've installed something, or something's installed and hidden itself, I will be able to find it. It's also a great way to tidy up clutter and mess. If I've been installing software and uninstalling it, again, things like empty folders, I can clear them up here by finding the most recent things. It's incredibly useful. The third essential app is my clipboard. The clipboard in Windows 7 absolutely sucks. It only saves one item. So if you accidentally save a second item, you find that you've lost the first. It's ridiculous. This way, I've got actually about 300 items. It's not so good if you're sharing a computer and you're worried about somebody spying on you, but I tend to just click and copy anything I think I might want to see again. So, you know, stuff from blogs or anywhere on the internet, a paragraph I think, you know, I might want to refer to that later. I just click and save it. I also save my own emails, or if I post on a website and I think, well, I'll click to upload this and then something goes wrong and you lose it, well, you just copy it first. Addresses, all kinds of stuff. You can also use this as a scratch pad, and you can compose in this. This is called ClipCube. It doesn't save pictures, but I don't want to do that. I would say as a clipboard, it's very, very useful. And the beauty of it is it goes back in time, so that, here we go, even in June, there were just tiny little things, often computer things, addresses and stuff like this, that I just can't remember exactly, but it's all here when I want to come back. It's a little gem, ClipCube. Okay, and the last thing that really sucks in Windows 7 is the registry editor, regedit. Here we go, this is what I would do. I would open it, run as administrator, and then imagine you're looking for a key. Gosh, it is horrible to navigate. It is absolutely horrible. They made it difficult because they don't want you to use it, which is good advice. Generally, you should stay away. But if you do want to use it, you really want something a lot more user-friendly. I'll give you an example. This is a fix I found for disabling updates on Google Chrome. If you find an address, somebody gives you some advice, they give you an address. Here we go, I can just copy it to my clipboard. Now then, on regedit, I have no way of getting there without, you know, going the long way. So you need a registry commander. I like this, easy registry commander. And here, it incorporates a registry jumper. There are other registry jumpers, but I mean, the normal system, regedit ought to allow you to do this, but it doesn't. So I just print the address in, click OK, and there it is. It does everything that regedit does. So for example, if I'm going to change it, I would want to export the key first, just so I can change it back if it all goes wrong. What I like about this is I actually get to bookmark it, and I make these little notes which remind me what I did and also what I might want to do or undo again. Generally speaking, it's a lot more user-friendly. And of course you will need to run as administrator. So the trick is you simply change the shortcut. I can't find it now. Here it is. Look at the properties of the shortcut and you will find that advanced run as administrator. Okay, and that means just one click on here, which I do all the time. I can change something. So for example, this key about changing Google Chrome updates, that's updates disabled, and if I click on one, apply, then it will update automatically, and I've got my reminder there. It's a lot easier to use. And that, dear friends, is it.